Hi, I'm Venus Sohara and welcome to another video. Welcome to the Orgasmic Lifestyle. Every day is a climax. Today I wanted to share with you my weight loss journey. I'm on a weight loss journey now. I wouldn't really say weight loss, fat loss. Let's go for fat loss because I do love doing weights at the gym. I'm doing lots of resistance training, strength training, so I might not lose weight, but I definitely want to lose a little bit of volume and fat especially. The pandemic has been very difficult for many people, and for me, I have gained weight and I'm probably not the only one. I didn't do any home workouts, didn't go to the gym for over a year. So it was very difficult. I didn't really move about much because I wasn't allowed to. It was illegal. And what else? Yeah, and I ate a bit more as well. So all of those things made this extra pandemic layer. And if you think this shirt is tight, it's on purpose because this is kind of like a reference for me about how I was before the pandemic. I used to love this shirt. Whoa. And now I can't even, I can close it, but it just doesn't look or feel very comfortable at all. And let me show you the trousers. Oh my God, some of my favorite trousers actually. Let me see, let me make sure I'm not showing too much. Wow. So this is a pair of trousers that I absolutely loved. And yeah, I cannot close them. So rather than kind of getting obsessed with the weighing scale, this is going to be kind of my reference of how much progress I am making. So, it's never happened to me before that I can't actually fit in my clothes. This is the first time it's ever happened in my life. And I have had a fluctuating weight, maybe give or take 5 kilos here and there, but it's never ever been like this before. And also for me, trying to promote a very orgasmic, healthy lifestyle, it's very, very frustrating. I feel as though I'm not quite an example of what I want to be sharing. So, I do want to have integrity, which is one of my number one values in life. So what I am doing to try and get healthy is that and I'd recommend anyone to do this, is actually to go and see a nutritionist. So I think we're not really taught about nutrition, and we're not taught about nutrition. I think it's very important, rather than following guidelines that could be set out for all people. I think it's important to go for a personal approach and also to have some blood tests. I mean, rather than kind of like learning about some diet and doing it, I think it's important to know if that's the diet for you, if that's going to be right for you, and what your objectives are. And I have blood tests, as I can't even emphasize enough. It's so important to make sure that you are getting everything, all of your vitamins, all of your minerals, and everything you need to be healthy. So that's what I've done actually. I went to because my objective is to lose fat. I'd like to lose a little bit of weight as well, but the main objective is to lose fat. And I do love strength training because I've been at the gym now since April. And at first my objective was just to get my strength back, because on top of the pandemic layer, I was also ill earlier this year. I was in hospital with COVID, pneumonia, and I had the post-viral fatigue as well. So it was all very, very difficult. It's very difficult the first focus was actually just getting my strength back and eating enough and getting my blood results to a good level in terms of with iron levels, because I also had anemia when I was in hospital. So that was my first objective. And then once I had that accomplished, then I had to move on to getting a bit more active. So I went to the gym and started doing Pilates and yoga, even though they are not light by any means. It still was a kind of more gentle introduction to going back to the gym. And after that, I started doing spinning, and I found that very boring. I found I was looking at the clock all the time, and I just realized that I don't really like cardio. And then I went back to do body pump, which is one of my favorite things ever. Body pump is choreographed weightlifting with light weights but lots of repetition. So I started off very, very light. I was the worst in the class with 2.5 kilos on each side of the bar, and then now I'm like one of the strongest. I've made a massive improvement ever since I started with weights, and that was in July. So ever since July, that's the only thing that I've had a positive effect on my body composition. I've been losing a bit of body fat and gaining with muscle mass. But still, it's not quite at the level I wanted to be at. So last week I went to a vegan nutritionist and I got a new plan. It's not like a diet in the sense that this is Monday lunch, this is Wednesday dinner. It's kind of open and it has some guidelines for me. But the emphasis really is on fat loss. So I've really increased the protein, and I'm having more than one source, because in the past I might have just had, like, let's say just one source or no sources of protein sometimes in my meals, and now I'm going for 2 or 3 sources in my meals. And then what else? I'm kind of like leaving out the starches at the moment, and also cutting down on kind of sugary fruits, but I'm still eating a lot. And I'm really enjoying actually this new way of eating, and I'm discovering new things. So it's kind of like I'm not having any olive oil either, so it's kind of it's very, very different way of eating. I'm eating a lot of food but with not many calories, and I'm discovering lots of new things, increasing the protein, and I've only been doing it for a week now. And with my nutritionist, they're going to require some blood tests when I go back for the follow-up to see how it's all going. And then we'll see how it goes from there. But I'm hoping to have some results, because I do think it's important to eat well if you're going to the gym. You can't just go to the gym and hope that that's going to be enough. I think nutrition is so important. But also it's very difficult this month of December. I have about 4 different Christmas dinners to go to, so it's going to be a bit more of a challenge really. But my nutritionist told me that, eating out and about, you can have some nice vegan meals, but there's generally not enough protein in them. So I might have to have a little shake, a little protein before I go for my dinners or meals, and then hope for the best and walk a bit more, because I will be having a couple of cheat meals here and there. And I'm kind of, I hope it's not going to disrupt the whole thing too much, but you have to socialize. It is Christmas, so I'd make this video to make myself accountable and motivate myself to kind of keep going, and hopefully I'll be back with some more videos trying less clothes, and I'll see an improvement soon. So I'd love some tips from you. Are you doing a weight loss journey? How has the pandemic affected you and your body, and what are you doing about it? Any motivation, any tips would be very appreciated. Anyway, I will see you soon, and listen to my podcast, The Orgasmic Lifestyle.